Hey KU fans, welcome back to another episode of KU Sports Extra here at KUsports.com with Benton Smith. I'm Matt Tate, and out there is Memorial Stadium. And out there the Jayhawks won today, Benton. Tell them how it happened.
Well, Les Miles became the head coach.
That helped.
10 months ago.
That helped.
And I think that did help.
Yeah.
Because, when they fell behind Indiana State in the fourth quarter, this honestly felt like any other KU football team, right?
Sure.
Like that we've seen for over the past, 9-10 years, whatever, where, they...
Here we go.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It seemed there was a lot of deja vu to it for
Big time.
people who have watched so many of these games before. I'm sure it was like that for a lot of the fans.
Oh, yeah.
The reaction on Twitter was like, same old KU or that type of thing.
People were ready to be done.
Exactly.
Write it off. See ya.
Yeah. But, thankfully for them, they can keep watching this team because KU's offense went out down in the fourth quarter, down 6 points to Indiana State, and Carter Stanley, who played every snap today at quarterback,
Right.
kind of a surprise to some, I think,
Right.
orchestrated a
Best drive of the day.
perfect drive.
Yeah.
He made great use of the big receivers that they have, Andrew Parchment and Dalen Charlotte.
Sure.
How about that? Dalen Charlotte with the game-winning touchdown in the fourth quarter after all that he's been through since he transferred here. It was pretty remarkable to see all those guys who have been on the wrong end of so many situations here, and then you got Carter Stanley and Dalen Charlotte who really helped make it happen today.
Totally agree. That was easily my favorite part. Those guys have been written off, overlooked, looked over, and been
not played at times when it seemed like they should be playing.
That's exactly right. And then here they are, down by 17-16 with 4:20 left, and backs against the wall. Season on the line, really. If they had lost this game, people would have been over it immediately. Like you said, they were already leaning that way, just being down late. And instead, those guys come up and make throws. Carter makes a couple of really nice throws. I think in talking to some of these guys after the game, it was just the confidence that he brought to the field. And guess where he got that confidence? From Les Miles. This is a bunch of moving parts working together.
Yeah.
Dalen Charlotte is a new man because of Emmett Jones.
Yep.
Because of the coaching staff. Carter Stanley feels more confident because of Les Miles, because of the opportunity he was given.
I think same with Khalil Herbert.
Definitely.
It's rare in his past few years that he's been given a chance to really shine. He would have an amazing week, and then all of a sudden 2 weeks later, where is he? He's getting 4 or 5 carries.
Yeah.
True. They entered this game knowing they were going to give the ball to Khalil Herbert, and that helped him rush for nearly 100 yards.
Yeah, 24-17 is the final. KU over Indiana State. Nationally, people are going to look at this thing and go, gross. Doesn't matter. 1-0 is 1-0. It's a building block. I thought Les Miles was really good on that after the game. He basically said it's a start. It's the start. And we had to have this. I think he went on to say something like, now our guys understand that when our backs are against the wall like that, we can go win that game. That's what happened out there today. That is a valuable building block. And does it mean it's going to work? Does it mean it's going to lead to more victories? No, but it might. It certainly doesn't hurt. It certainly doesn't hurt as much as losing this game would have.
Yeah.
So, interesting stuff. What do you think of Les? First game? You obviously weren't down on the field with him, but I know you watched him down there a little bit. We saw him obviously after the game in the post-game press conference. What did you just think of the vibe of a game day with Les Miles?
I think it's just the longer that he's around these players, I think it's just the more confident they feel about themselves, about the possibilities for this season. So I think that was kind of my big takeaway from this opener. It wasn't amazing by any means,
Right.
There was a situation where they had a 4th and short and they had to call a timeout, and we've seen that before too. That was something we saw a lot the past few years.
Right.
So it obviously wasn't great. The guys obviously were quick to admit that, and Les Miles too. For everything positive he said about something that somebody did or the way the offense or defense operated, he followed it up with, but we did this wrong.
Yeah.
This is where we need to get
Yeah, it was reality based.
Yeah. That was nice to see.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think it's really, that's why the win, the victory is so important, regardless of the score or the opponent. It just allows you to feel like, okay, we can go work on some things and we'll be even better. Whereas if you lose a game where you make some mistakes, then you go, now what do we do? So I think that was a huge part of it. KU got a couple of big turnovers. Hassan defense, defended, and took one to the house to get them on the board. When really the offense was pretty stagnant early on. 57-yard interception return for a touchdown.
And the offense didn't get a touchdown until the third quarter, right? The Szynski on the play action.
And then, of course, McCullough at the goal line, keeping points off the board there as well. I thought Indiana State moved the ball at times and looked pretty good there, but KU found a way to make plays. That's what they did defensively last season, a lot. And it was, again, forget the opponent. You can just go play who you play. 2 guys came up with big-time picks today, and then their offense went and made a big-time drive to win the game. You can't ask for more than that. I mean, could you have asked to get out of here with a 60-10 victory? Sure. Was that ever going to happen? No, it wasn't. This is still a work in progress. They have to climb all the steps on the ladder before they can even think about getting to the middle or the top or anything like that. So overall, a good start. I wouldn't call it a great start. I wouldn't call it anything worth celebrating in the most epic fashion. But KU players, coaches, fans, Les Miles' family, his friends from Baton Rouge who were here cheering him in the media room afterwards, Jeff Long and his friends and family, they should all feel good about this because KU's 1-0, and now they get to see if they can get better.
Yeah, I think Les Miles said it perfectly when he said, "It's the start. It's a start."
Right, that's exactly right.
I mean, there's nothing great you can say about it, but I mean, you leave this building if you're Les Miles, if you're those coaches, if you're those players, feeling a little bit good.
Sure.
And I think because of the way the game ended, where you were down and you had to score,
right.
That's where a little bit of more confidence comes from. That you've done something different that doesn't usually happen.
Perfectly said. KU's 1-0. Any way you slice it. For Ben Smith, I'm Matt Tate. Coastal Carolina coming here next week, 6 p.m. under the lights. We'll have all kinds of coverage. Of course, Puka will be back. He didn't play today. He'll be back. So all kinds of coverage leading up to that game. And we'll see if the Jayhawks can go to 2-0 next week. Wouldn't that be something? We'll talk to you guys again real soon on another episode of KU Sports Extra.